All right, I'm live. Hey, and welcome to the Market Messiah show, where today's theme is you have questions, we have answers. So I'm going to answer a few questions that are from clients, just from having coffee chats, with the idea that the answers to these questions are going to help you to make more sales and improve your marketing and just have a better life and business, right? So, yeah, quick backstory. I'm doing this because um, really love live speaking on camera, and with all the AI stuff, I love AI. I use Claude every single day to help me out with marketing and lead generation. Definitely some stuff that I want to get into. Um, but I'm thinking that what is the one way, the best way that you can really be unique and get away from any kind of content that could be, fake, and just lazy chat GPT, most generic kind of content that you could create. It's got to be going live and actually showing people in real time answers, or not just answers to questions, but just giving value through content. So that's a big idea here. um, Other big idea is taking you guys on the journey. So, I mean, me and Dave Stafford, my partner, our agency, we're growing this. We want to share everything that we're learning, what's working, what's not working. There's just endless things to talk about, and really, we want to do this to share value, help, create conversation, and yeah, and just build everything. I don't know. I don't really like that whole build, it's build your business in real time. Like, I mean, whatever. It's just, should just be out here. I just like to create content because it's a lot of fun for me, and I do want to share and I do want to help people. But I'm going to be honest, this is just a lot of fun, and be able to take this live. I'm going to be able to transcribe it. It's going to be able to put it into my newsletters, which I do love Claude for in creating my newsletters. But I don't just getting off topic here, but I don't just say, hey, Claude, write me a newsletter based on this topic for coaches or whatever. It's like I say, hey, Claude, ask me some questions and then about this topic, and then I answer those questions through voice, and then I've got Claude helping me to make the newsletter, which I go in and edit later. So, I think anything AI, if you're doing it, you don't want to just say have the AI do everything on its own. You want to put original input into it, and that's how you get the most out of it. But that's besides the point, whole nother conversation. But that's why we're doing this, to have these conversations. What do you think? What do you think about AI? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. How are you using it? Do you like it? Not like it? What's going on? Okay, my internet. The one thing about live is Wi-Fi. But so let's go into these questions. First one. So everyone tells me to niche down, but my clients come from different backgrounds with the same problem. How do I message to them? Okay, I think two big points on this. So if you've got lots of different people that you're talking to, and you're thinking, hey, I don't want to niche down. I don't want to pigeonhole myself in the market. I help lots of different people. I can help all different types of people. So how do I do that? Well, the first thing is that you really do want to niche down as far as your messaging goes, basically no matter what. And it's not that you have to only talk to one person all the time. You can have, say, multiple personas that you're speaking to. But if you're going to have a message on a page or on a piece of content, that message needs to be for a specific type of person. And you got to be explicit about that, because the only way to have a really compelling sales message that gets somebody thinking, yeah, oh, this is for me. Oh, this really sounds like something that can work for me. This person's speaking my language. They get what I'm going through better than even I get what I'm going through, is to be very outcome oriented, be visual with the outcomes. And in order to do that, you have to be talking to a specific person. So I work with lots of executive leadership communication types of coaches. And the things that an executive of a Fortune 500 company, the way that they are dealing with leadership is a lot different than the CEO of a small startup. Okay, they're just in different worlds as far as what it means to lead their team, and who they're, the way that they're communicating with their team, the way that they're dealing with their own personal lives. It's very different. So you can't just be speaking to all leaders, or else you're going to have a very mundane, flat message. So, but maybe, you are working with different types of leaders across the board, that's okay, but you want to be explicit about who it is. So say you're running workshops for leaders. That's part of your funnel. You want to get people from, an ad to a workshop to buying your signature program. Well, in those workshops, don't just run one workshop that's for everybody all the time. Have those 2 different personas or 3 different personas. And for each workshop, change who you're talking to. In this first workshop, talk straight to startup founders. So that way on that landing page, that's going to sell them into it. You can talk about all of those visual specific things that startup founders go for, and you have that workshop just for them. And then in the next one, you can be talking to those higher level executives that have teams of 50 plus. And then you can get really specific on what are the things that they're actually going through on that landing page specifically. You can talk specifically to them. It's the only way you can have a compelling message. And if you do that, you're going to get way more conversions, way more sales. For whatever you're selling. So there's that point. And the other point is, it's like, if you're talking to everybody, you're talking to no one. But also, that's something we hear a lot, right? So if you do get clear, though, you don't have to worry about, oh, now I can't help everyone. Now I'm polarized. Now I'm only going to get this one specific type of client. This is going to make me bored. You don't got to think about that, because just by the fact that you are clear, that you do have a target, that you are talking to somebody, that is going to that's going to attract more people overall. Like, not only are you going to attract that dream client, that person you really want to work with, but people around the whole spectrum are going to be more attracted to you as well. You're actually just going to get more clients across the board, because you know what? People are attracted to clarity. All those leaders, think about all leaders, no matter how nasty they are or good they are, they're clear in their vision. That's why we follow people who are clear, even if they're leading us to the edge of a cliff. You hear that, the herd mentality. People following world leaders who are doing negative things, or they perceive to be doing negative things. And we follow people that are clear in their mission, in their vision, who they're helping. So even if that's like that person's not exactly for you, they see your stuff. Well, I'm not exactly a Fortune 500 executive here, but I really like the ideas this person's talking to, and maybe I aspire to be that someday, or maybe I just really like those types of values, those types of ideas. So being clear is going to help you just attract more people across the board, and you're not going to regret it. The only thing holding you back there is fear, alienating people. What's everyone going to think of me? Oh, now I'm only so specific. People are going to think I'm marketing. People are going to think I'm salesy. Oh, I'm trying to sell something. I'm trying to sell to somebody specifically. Yeah, well, that's what you have to do. Or you can just be waiting for the phone your whole life. Just keep relying on word of mouth and inbound referrals that you used to get all the time, that since COVID hit, now you got nothing, and now you're afraid to niche down and actually do something with marketing. Okay. All right, next question here. I've invested thousands in SEO and got 0 qualified leads. What actually works for service businesses? So service businesses, as far as the people I'm concerned with, coaches and consultants, solopreneurs, people that have small teams, thinking about SEO is just a waste of time. There's no reason to be thinking about, oh, I need to write 1 million blog articles and put it on my website so that somebody's going to find me organically. For one, Google is dying. I use ChatGPT straight in my browser. When I search for anything, it goes straight to ChatGPT. I'm not even searching through Google anymore. And that's the way that everything is going to be going. Google will have its place, but in a different way. Who knows? But whatever it is, more and more people it's not even a concern. Being a coach consultant, it's really all about content and direct outreach. That is what I think is above all. Content and direct outreach. What's worked for me is using DMs and hyper-personalized direct outreaches to the exact type of person that I want to work for, that I want to work with, that has the actual intent to do something, intent to buy, to take action, and then using my content and my profile as my social proof, as my it's not really as my SEO, but really as my social proof. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a website. I don't think you need a website, at least to make say if you don't have any marketing, if you on referrals and word of mouth, you don't need a website to make sales, or at least you don't need to say that, hey, I need a website to bring in leads. I'm worried about people getting on my site and reaching out to me and working, reaching out to me through my site. You don't need to think about that. My recommendation is you use direct outreach to target exactly who you want to work with, and then you create content that shows what you're talking about, that shows your personality and your vibe, and that's really what's going to work for you as a service business. So yeah, you do want to be creating content, you do want to be putting all that stuff out there, but also you don't, there's this not other side, but the whole idea of inbound through content. It's like, that's great and all, but it's going to take you a long time to do that. It could take you a year to get anything. And yeah, if you want to do that, you should. I create content. It's my most favorite thing in the world. But if you want to have a machine, a marketing lead generation machine that runs and brings you leads consistently and predictably, like whenever you do this thing, you get leads, and you're not like, oh, I better post. I hope somebody responds to my post today. I hope I get some leads today. No. Or you can have a great outreach system that every time you send out outreaches, you're going to get leads and calls and you're going to get sales. That's what I recommend, because I'm not thinking about it. Okay. Why? And it's just a fear thing. I think people are just afraid to send out cold messages. They're afraid they're going to bother somebody. They're afraid of what other people are going to think about them. Like, oh, look at these people selling stuff. These marketers, they're selling things. Anybody that says that on social, those are people that they have jobs, they have comfortable salaries, and now they're marketing consultants. Or they've built up their audience for years and gotten inbound leads, and now they sell inbound lead generation, when the average person who's never done marketing, there's no way they can get any inbound leads, no matter how good they post. Anyway, content's really hard, but what's not really hard is having a great message that's speaking to a specific kind of person, that is speaking to that person in the right state of their buyer journey, having intent, a solution-aware prospect, and then doing that over and over again. That's how you can get sales. All right. Next one. People love my free content, but won't buy. What's the missing link? This goes into intent. Attracting or speaking to prospects that have intent rather than just interest. So the thing with free content, or the thing with staying at this level of having something that's really interesting, like you're going to have a workshop about burnout, a workshop about productivity, you have a workshop about how to be a better leader. Everybody wants those things. Great. 80% of the market is going to be like, hey, that sounds amazing. Sure, I want to sign up for this. Oh, sure, I want to download this free lead magnet. Great. Everybody wants that. But those are just people that are interested. They don't necessarily have intent to want to take action now. So the missing link here is speaking to solution-aware types of prospects, which means that we're talking to prospects who have actively tried other solutions or are actively considering other types of solutions, and they haven't worked for them, or they're considering other things. So if we bring somebody to a workshop landing page and we say, hey, if you have been trying to if you're an executive, you're someone who's trying to be a better leader, and you've been working on your executive presence. You've worked with a communication coach. They can be a better communicator. You did a pitch workshop for your elevator pitch. You worked on your health and your fitness, whatever it is for the specific thing. Acknowledging these other types of solutions that are out there and saying, hey, if you've been trying these things and they haven't worked, well, there's a root cause. There's a reason why. There's a reason why those things haven't worked. It's this root cause reason. And it's called this. And on this workshop, I'm going to explain what is better and different about what we're doing that's going to be that missing piece for you. That's going to be that missing link. And then so what we're doing is we're eliminating 90% of the competition by acknowledging and telling these people, we're speaking to the ones that are on the page, that they've tried other things. And when we say, hey, if you've tried these things, they haven't worked, I'm going to give you the missing link. That's that 20% that has intent. They've had interest into looking at your web page, and now you're speaking to them on the level of having intent, of that here's the next thing, here's the missing link. Those people, now they're going to be like, yes, this is different. This is what something I'm looking for. This person gets what I'm going through. Seems like even better than I do. Now I'm going to get on this and and join this workshop. And then those are the ones that are going to convert. They're going to not only show up, but they're also going to convert after the workshop and buy from you. So free content is great. Everyone loves free content. It's easy. There's no commitment, but you're not necessarily getting buyers. To get buyers, you need prospects with intent. And that's where you speak to solution aware prospects. All right, that's it. That's it for the questions. Great, guys. I guess I'll do a little call to action here that if you want, so me and my partner, Dave, we've made over 35 million in sales for our clients as far as as far as their sales and marketing. So if you have a sales page that you want me or Dave to look at, that we can critique and we can help show you, a few specific ways you can get more conversions, let me know and I can do that audit for you. Maybe you can just reply here or send me a DM. Excellent. Great first show, guys. Great revival of the Market Messiah show live, and we'll see you next time.